Yogis are practicing vipassana meditation, and we understand, according to Satipatthana Sutta, Atapi Sampajano Satima, ardent energy, mindful, and clear comprehending. After having achieved right mindfulness, yogi must comprehend the truth as it really is. Not only a satima, but also you need to comprehend the truth as it really is. What is vipassana meditation? Vipassana meditation means observing every phenomenon occurring at the six sense doors. But for the beginner, it is difficult to take note every phenomena of seeing, hearing, etc. So they have to start their practice with only a few of the most prominent objects of sensation. When you practice sitting, yogi note sitting. You concentrate on the sitting. What is sitting? You concentrate on the nature of the stiffness and resistance felt in your body. So that is the reality, that is the truth. You have to pay attention meticulously. Yogi note continuously sitting. If the yogi feels that it is too simple, requiring not much effort to just keep on noting sitting, you can combine with noting of another phenomena, touching. So yogi can note sitting, touching, any touching clear area, buttock or leg or any touching, sitting, touching. Yogi have to note continuously. But the belly area is moving, so the movement of the rising and falling of the abdomen will be more clear. So if you note rising when you breathe in, when you breathe out, you have to note falling. You have to note rising, falling, and then you will come to see distantly the phenomena of stiffening, resisting, distending, relaxing, and moving, which are happening inside your abdomen. These are the characteristic function and proximate cause of air element, the elements of motion. So the instruction is to note the rising and falling of the abdomen in the beginning. But this exercise of noting the rising and falling alone does not complete all. While noting the rising and falling of the abdomen, any thought may occur. As soon as the thought arises, you have to note it. When you feel stiff, hot, cold or pain, yogi have to note these sensations as they arise. And when you bend or stretch your arms or legs, these movements should also be noted. When you rise from the sitting position, you have to heedfully note the change of postures. When you practice walking meditation, every motion involved in each step have to be noted. You have to note raising, pushing forward, dropping, etc. If possible, all physical activities have to be noted. Opening the eyelids, shutting the eyelids. Also, you have to be aware attentively. When there is nothing in particular, you have to take note of the rising and falling of the abdomen. When you are noting the rising, falling, sitting, touching, attentively without gap, there arises pain and aches and other unpleasant sensations. And you want to release these sensations, yogi have to note all these wishes as they arise. Yogi should remain still without immediately stretch the limbs. Yogi have to capture the kinds of mental state intention to change, desire to change. A yogi have to be patient with these discomforts as long as you can. Once again, the desire to stretch your arms and legs arise. Yogi should first take note of them before changing the postures. Only when you become unbearably distressed with pain and aches, yogi should slowly stretch out the arms and legs, at the same time noting these sensations carefully as stretching, stretching, stretching. During each session of meditation practice, frequent change of postures becomes necessary due to discomforting pains and aches. With repeated adjustment of postures, the oppressive nature of the physical body becomes clear. You want to sit quietly. Your inclination is to remain still without changing position for 1 or 2 hours. It becomes clear that you cannot remain so as you wish. So that is realization. You realize this body is constantly oppressing me. This body is continuously afflicting me. This body is not self. It is not soul. It is not living entity. It is just a physical phenomena that is occurring in accordance with its own condition. During the practice of vipassana meditation, you understand the nature of anatta, non-self. If you practice continuously and meticulously, you understand, I cannot remain very long either seated, lying down or standing. And realization comes to you. You realized this body never gave favor me. This body never obliged me with what I wish. This body is unmanageable. It is uncontrollable. It is not self. It is not inner substance. It is mere physical phenomena that is occurring in accordance with its own conditions. So this realization is also knowledge of contemplation of anatta, non-self. And during the practice also you have to answer the nature call, and you understand that nature, while you are practicing sitting or lying postures. So it becomes clear that body is oppressive, it is unmanageable, and it is not amenable to our will, and it is not self. While contemplating on the behavior of this body, its true oppressive nature becomes very clear. The bodily fat, nasal mucus, saliva, phlegm, tears, sweat, many dirty things ooze out from our body. We want to be clean, but cleanliness cannot be maintained as we wish because of this uncontrollable nature of this body. So it is obviously clear that it is not safe. When we are sick, when we are old, it is very clear that body is making suffering. And during the practice of meditation, sometimes your meditation is good, but you have to eat, you have to drink. So you have to get up and go to the dining hall and take breakfast and lunch. And you are thirsty, so you have to drink water. So the rupa operates by inflicting hunger, thirst, aging and sickness. We understand that nature without practice, but it is only by noting heedfully that body is exposed not to be safe, but mere physical phenomena which is happening continuously. These are just a few examples to mention the anatta nature, non-self nature of this body. When yogi practicing meditation attentively, you come to experience many more oppressive nature of this body. To understand fully how rupa is not safe, we have to continue to talk the Pinapindupama Sutta of Khanda Vagga Sanyutta Pali. In this sutta, Buddha mentioned Pinapindupama Rupa. Rupa is like foam. You can see floating foam in the creeks or waterway. Foam is made up of air bubbles. It is entrapped in droplets of water. These droplets of water blown up by air bubbles assemble to form frothy scum the size of a human face, a human head, the size of a man, or even bigger. If you see casually, a big mass of foam may appear to be substantial. But when you observe carefully, the foam turns out to be insubstantial. Foam is useless for any purpose. In the same way, our human body, complete with head, body, hands and feet, in male form, in female form, appears to be very substantial. The body seems permanent. Our body looks beautiful and good. Body looks seemingly a living entity. But if you analyze this body, it turns out to be just like a mass of foam, quite insubstantial. It is a mere mixture of 32 abominable constituent parts: hair, body hair, nails, toenails, teeth, skin, flesh, muscle, bone, etc. If you analyze further, it is found to be a mixture of minute subatomic particles invisible to our naked eyes. It may be likened to a big pile of sand made out of minute individual sand particles. Alternatively, we may take the example of rice flour or wheat flour, consisting of minute individual grains of rice or wheat powder. When you soak with the right amount of water, the wheat powder turns into dough, a substantial mass, which can be quite big by using large amount of flour. This substantial dough can be shaped into a figure of a man of massive, but it is not one solid mass. It is made up of mixtures of fine grains of rice or wheat powder. In the same way, our body is not of one solid mass. It is made up of small particles of matter massed together in one big heap, and it is just like a mass of foam. It is devoid of inner substance. If you analyze the body, you may understand there is no permanent core, there is no beautiful substance, and it is not living entity. The visible material qualities form a part of our body. Remove those visible qualities, and the body will become devoid of shape and form. The earth elements of extension forms our part of the body, and it is manifested in the sense of touch as rough, smooth, hard or soft. And the elements of heat or cold, the elements of motion form the other parts of our body. Remove these three elements, our human body cannot be touched and felt. It will no longer exist. We see things because we have the sensitive material qualities of eye. Without this sensitivity, the body cannot see anything, just like a blind man. And also we have sensitive material qualities of ear, and we hear, and we have sensitive quality of nose, and then we recognize smell. And we have sensitive material qualities of the body, and we can get the sensation of touch. All these small but useful constituent material qualities come together to form and shape this body, wholly contributing to its utility. Without these sensitivity, this body will have no value. As a matter of fact, without these constituent parts, our human form cannot come into existence. If these constituent parts are reduced into particles to make them fall apart, the human body will no longer exist. There will be left only 5 particles of matter. And if you practice attentively, when your concentration getting strengthened, you understand these sensitive material qualities, such as eye, visual objects, are not existing permanently, and they are not enduring. And you may realize they keep on arising and vanishing, the new coming into the place of the old. When your meditation is good, you will understand the nature of this body. So you understand this body is like a lump or mass of foam, just a mixture of substanceless material qualities. So you have faith in the practice, and you have courageous energy to understand the true nature of this rupa or kaya or body. So you go to the mindfulness laboratory to analyze this body. You carefully examine and analyze this body. When walking, you attentively note walking, raising, pushing forward, dropping. You practice attentively, and you realize the material qualities of extension and motion become prominent. While standing, Yogi note standing. While sitting, you note sitting, touching, rising, falling. When you see the limbs, you note seeing. When you smell the body odors, you note smelling. When the limbs are moved and stretched, you note stretching, moving, changing. Kaya nupasi viharati, you contemplate the body, and you are analyzing the body attentively. With strong faith in the practice and courageous effort, you practice, and concentration develop within few days, and your concentration getting strengthened by carefully noting. Now yogi start to realize who is going. Going is desire to go, and the motion and expansion. There's no I, there's no other person. It is only the desire to go and the motion. What is standing? Standing is desire to stand, followed by a series of motions and expansion. What is sitting? Who is sitting? Yogi personally realized sitting is desire to sit, followed by a series of stiffness and motion. In the same way, bending, stretching, changing postures, yogi realized the true nature. Previous time, I think, I see, I hear, I smell, I taste, I touch. This wrong. Now yogi practice meditation seriously. A yogi understand the true nature. What is seeing? Seeing is seeing consciousness and visual object. They are totally separated. What is smelling? Smelling is smelling consciousness and smell. Each phenomena yogi see to arise for the moment, only to pass away instantly. The limbs, hands, feet, the head, the shape of the body, the abdomen are no longer felt, and they are no longer recognized as such. They appear merely as a recurrent physical process, rising and passing, coming and going continuously. At that stage, yogi come to understand empirically how the body is like a mass of foam. Perceiving thus, yogi realized that this body is impermanent, it is terrible suffering because of continuous arising and vanishing, coming and going. It is not safe because it is happening not as my wish, but according to its condition. It is not my own inner substance, it is not manageable, it is not controllable. Yogi realized personally. And here Mahasi Sayadaw aphorism regarding rupa, regarding body. Rupa is likened to foam, unstable, impermanent, constantly rising, vanishing. It is suffering, not safe. So to remember the aphorism, yogi have to follow my recitation. Rupa is likened to foam.
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 Unstable.
Unstable.
Impermanent.
Impermanent.
Constantly rising, vanishing.
constantly rising, vanishing,
is suffering,
no self.
Rupa is likened to form,
Rupa is likened to form,
unstable,
impermanent,
constantly rising, vanishing, is suffering,
no self.
We have to end our discourse for today by practicing Satipatthana Vipassana meditation, by contemplating the body continuously and meticulously. May you all understand the nature of Rupa. May you realize the real peace in the very near future.
Sadhu, sadhu.